We use mini-burst generators, also called pulsers, to test the immunity of electronic modules. Our range of products comprises mini-burst generators for electric and magnetic disturbance fields. We will show you how easy it is to perform such a test, taking this module as an example. Initially, the electronics functions in its normal way. If we move the mini-burst generator across the module and allow a disturbance field to act on this, we can localize immunity weak spots with great precision. In this case, we have used a magnetic field to interfere with the module. By comparison, we now use an electric field to interfere with the electronics. This does not affect the electronics. The electronics function is stopped here. Let's take a closer look at the different mini-burst generators. The P11 mini-burst generator generates a focused magnetic field. This magnetic field induces a disturbance voltage in a conductor loop that affects the connected IC. It enables the detection of sensitive loops on the module. We can measure the pulse shape with a test loop and display this on an oscilloscope. The disturbance pulse is triggered by pressing the Start push button, and we then move the mini-burst generator towards the electronics. This is what the voltage induced by the mini-burst generator looks like. It has a width of approximately 5 nanoseconds and an intensity of 15 volt, perfect to interfere with an IC. We can modify its properties either by changing the distance or by turning the blue control dial. In addition, we can also invert the magnetic field's polarity. An individual pulse or a 5 kHz pulse sequence can be chosen as a pulse frequency for the magnetic field. Let's now move on to the P12 mini-burst generator. This generates a vortex magnetic field. This is perfect to select sensitive lines and IC pins. A voltage pulse, which interferes with the IC, is induced in the encircled line or in the IC pin. This is what the voltage pulse of the P12 that is generated by the magnetic field of the mini-burst generator looks like. The third mini-burst generator is the P21. The P21 generates a pulsed electric field. If this pulsed field acts on the conductor runs or components, a disturbance current flows into the IC's input. At the same time, a disturbance voltage pulse is generated on the resistor. The higher the resistor's resistance, the higher the voltage pulse. This is the electric field of the P21 mini-burst generator. Our mini-burst generators generate a local pulsed field with a high intensity and high rate of rise. This pulsed field corresponds to the field that is generated in electronic modules during burst and ESD events. The generator's power is supplied by batteries that can easily be replaced. We have compiled the 3 most important mini-burst generators for electric and magnetic disturbance fields in the practical P1 set. This includes the P11 for a focused magnetic field, the P12 for a vortex magnetic field, and the P21 for an electric disturbance field. Unlike conventional generators, these mini-burst generators enable you to pinpoint any weak spots in your electronics.